looking at the Ubuntu MATE 23.10 Mantic Monitor desktop. So this is a stable ISO file. So let's quickly boot it in a live boot. So I'm running it as a virtualization, which is a VMware with 60 GB of hard disk with i5 1240p CPU and 4 GB of RAM. So here is the Ubuntu welcome screen. You will get like two options as also which were available in the previous version also. The first one is try Ubuntu MATE. This is live boot and install Ubuntu MATE. So this is the direct installation to a hard disk or a virtual disk. You can choose this option by directly installing it. In my opinion, or in my option, if you ask me, I will going to be choosing the try Ubuntu MATE because this is a live boot. It's always a good option to boot it in a live boot first, because even it's a stable ISO file, it's always a good option to choose the live boot first, because if you find any bugs or any crashes or all these things, it will be a good help to just log out and remove that. So if you choose the install Ubuntu, or if you install directly on your hard disk, if you find any errors or bugs or anything like that, it will be a problem for the PC. So you will be having an issues while using that. So it's always a good option while going with the live boot. So first you need to choose here the language. There are plenty of languages available. After that, click on live boot or the try Ubuntu MATE. It's going to take a few seconds and you should be seeing a desktop layout in a few seconds. So here is Ubuntu MATE desktop loaded completely. So let's first open the system monitor before changing the display settings. So I didn't open any of the applications or run any applications. So in the beginning of the launching of the Linux distro, this is the complete system resources consuming. The RAM is almost a 1.2 GB of a 4 GB and the CPU is almost high. And here we have our welcome screen. So let's close the welcome screen. So right now the CPU is let's run it until the 60 seconds and we see the graph, whether we have a stable graph or a high peak or a low peak in the graph. And the RAM is almost like a 1.2 GB. So system is Ubuntu MATE 23.10 Mantic Monitor. Kernel is 6.5.0-9. So this is the kernel which is available in all the Ubuntu and Ubuntu flavors. So you should be seeing the same kernel version in all the Ubuntu and Ubuntu flavors. So the desktop environment MATE, the version is 1.26.2. So let's get back to the processors. So these are all the processors running right now while we launched the Linux distro, or in the beginning of the video. These are all the processors running. So let's go to the resources, and here is the CPU and here is the RAM. So you have like a 40 seconds of a stable graph, but you have like a high peak here for just like a 10 to 15 seconds maybe. So let's keep that aside throughout the video so you can see all the changes in the system resources. So let's first change the display settings. Let's go to the menu, preference, display, and change the display resolution to 1920 x 1080, which is my monitor. Click on apply, keep this configuration. So you can also scale it to 200% if you want. So let's close it. Let me put the system monitor in the right side corner so you can you can see all the changes. So the version for the system monitor is 1.26.0 because it's a MATE desktop environment. So the version is 1.26. So as you can see, there is a stable graph in the CPU. So let's open the Firefox web browser to go to their official website and see the release notes. and the download process. So here is the Firefox web browser. The version is 118.0.1, which was same in all the Ubuntu flavors and Ubuntu. So let's see. Here is also the same version, 118.0.1, 64-bit. Canonical version is here for Ubuntu. So let's close this. Let's type in like about support and hit enter. So this is some of the important information. If you want to see in this information, just pause the video, or you can just slow down the video in the playback, YouTube's playback speed, so you can see all these things, or you can just pause the video and read everything. So these are some of the important information if you want, or you can just skip this part. So let me scroll it upside. So that was all the information. So let's go to their official website. So I'm choosing the startpage.com of search engine because my VPN will trigger the Google reCAPTCHA. So you can type in directly the Ubuntu MATE as the search term in your search engine, and click on enter. It's going to take you to their official website, which is Ubuntu MATE.org. So this is the official website. Let me open the website. So you can directly type in this URL in the search bar, and you should be taken directly to their official website. So this is the official website. Let's go to the blog. So here is the release notes of Ubuntu MATE 23.10 Mantic Miniature. So these are all the changes. MATE desktop. So if you want, you can just read it right here, or you can just go to their official website, and all the information is here. Major applications. These are all the changes. We already saw the Firefox, Linux kernel, and the MATE desktop environment. We need to see celluloid, evolution, and LibreOffice version. So these are all the changes. You can read it directly here by pausing the video, or you can go to their official website. So let's check the downloading. So you need to go to the download process by clicking on download. So it's available for PC, Macs, Raspberry Pi, and Entroware. So we need to go with the 64-bit PC. Here are the system requirements. So recommended is a Core i3, AMD, 4 GB of RAM, 16 GB of storage. So here is all the information. If you want, you can read it right here. Let's go to the 64BC or Max. So here are all the versions, and the 23.10 will be only supported until July 2024. So remember that thing. So it's if I recommend, I'm going to choose this one because it's supported until April 2025. So if you just want to test it, you can just go with the 23.10. If you want like a stable and a long-term run, so you need to go with this version because it's supported until April 2025. Maybe we have like a year and a half. So you just get like a 4 to 5 months maybe from now. It's almost October. It's almost like a November now. So it's half of the October. So you should be getting like maybe 6-7 months. That's it. So in my opinion, it's always a good option to go with the 22.04.3 LTS because it's almost a year and a half now. We have like a year and a half. So it's clearly up to you. So let's go to the download process. Click on 23.10. You have like a BitTorrent, magnet link, or a direct download. If you want to download with the torrents, you can go with both the options. You can receive a file, or you can directly paste the magnet link by copying here, or you can directly download through the browser or any download managers. The file size is around like a 3.3 GB, and the file name should be this one. And if you want to check the ISO file, you can just choose. You can check that. Let's click on direct download. So we need to wait for a few seconds, and the download will start in any second. If it's not working, just click on this image or this link and the download will start automatically. The file size is around 3.3 GB, which is already mentioned. So that was the downloading process and the release note, all these things. So let's close the browser. So let's open the terminal to get some of the information. Mate terminal. Let's check the version of Mate terminal. Here is the version. Let's make it bigger so you can properly see it. Keep an eye on the CPU and RAM so you can see the changes throughout the video. So let's type in INXI, hit enter. Here is some of the information, kernel information, which is 6.5.0. Here is my CPU, INXI version. Memory is almost 1.35 or 1.3 GB, as you can see here also. Processors running right now are 272, and my hard disk, which is 60 GB, which I already mentioned in the beginning of the video. So let's type in INXI-small b, hit enter. Like a host is a Ubuntu MATE in system, under system. The kernel already mentioned, 64-bit. The desktop environment is a MATE, which is 1.26.2, which is also mentioned in the release notes. Distro, it says as a Ubuntu 23.10 Mantic Mentor because it's Ubuntu flavor. So that's the reason you get the distro as a Ubuntu 23.10. And under machine, it says as a VMware because I'm running it on a VMware. So this is some of the information. This is my CPU information. This is the graphics information, which is VMW-GFX version is 2.20.0. Display is X11. Server is Xorg version 1.21.1.7. So this is my display resolution, 1920 into 1080 with a 60 Hz, which I already showed in the beginning. So OpenGL version is a 4.3 and Mesa is a 23.2.1. So here is some of the network information, drives of a storage or a hard disk, info. So let's type in another command, which is INXI-G and hit on enter. So here is some of the other information. Let's type in cat:/etc/issue and hit enter. So it says as a Ubuntu 23.10. So let's type in neofetch. If it's pre-installed, we should be getting neofetch. Hit enter. Here is the neofetch information. You can just pause the video and read everything. So let's type in another important command which will grab the complete distro information in a single command. So let's type in INXI-SV8. So this is the command which will grab complete information of the distro. So let's scroll it upside and see all the information. So here is the complete system information. Here is the machine information. Here is the memory information, CPU speed. Here are all the vulnerabilities. Here are all the graphics information, display information, monitor information. Here is the audio information, which is a Pipewire 0.3.79 ELSA. You can just pause the video or you can slow down the video to read everything. Here is the network information. Here is the Bluetooth information. If you have a Bluetooth, you should be having the Bluetooth information there. So drives, partitions, USB, pretty much almost every information is available here. Sensor, repos, process, all the information is here. You can just pause the video, read everything. So let's type in htop now. So that's the only thing left in the terminal. So for some of the viewers who want the desktop to view, here is the desktop. You can view it here. So these are all the desktop. So let's close this thing. We don't need terminal anymore. So let's open the installer by double clicking, or you just can right click it and open it. This part is for only beginners. If you are already a Linux user, you just need to skip it because you already know how to install the Linux distro. So I'm not going to install the Linux distro. I'm just going to show you the process. So that's the sound of the Ubuntu MATE. When you open the installer, it will be having that notification sound. So you will get the old installer. You don't get the like a Ubuntu new installer. You get same older installer as the other older versions. So here is the installer. You need to choose your language. There are plenty of languages available here. I'm choosing the English. Click on continue. It takes a few seconds. And here is the keyboard layout. Choose your keyboard language. I'm choosing the English United States, and you have the all the Russian, Hawaiian, all the other information also. You can choose anything you want. I'm choosing the English United States on the both the side with the default one. You can even test it here, detect your keyboard layout. Click on continue after you're satisfied with the keyboard. Here are the updates and other softwares. If you ask me, I'm going to say it's always a good option to check this both the options because it will download updates and it will also install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. So if you are already normal Linux user, you can just directly know how to do that later also. It's clearly up to you to choose it or not. After doing that, click on continue. It's taking like a 30 to 40 seconds because it's going to prepare the Ubuntu drivers. So it's going to take like a 30 to 40 seconds maximum. It depends on your PC also. In my PC it takes like a 30 to 40 seconds. It will be a quick in your PC. So instead of waiting for that, let's check out some desktop features like date and time, power option here. As you can see, there are all same as the older version. You don't get anything new here. The battery option or the power settings. Here is the notification, and here is the internet connection. And let's get back to the installer because the installer is completed. So here is the option which is already in also older version, erase disk and install Ubuntu MATE, and click on Ubuntu advanced features. So you have like a erase disk and use ZFS new option here, so you can choose it. If you choose this erase disk and install, it's going to delete the current operating system and it's going to install the Ubuntu MATE. So be careful while choosing this option. If you want to install it on your hard disk, it's going to delete everything. If you are choosing the virtual disk like me, it's going to delete just the virtual disk. So be careful while choosing this option. And the something else is like a dual boot options. Like if you want to run the dual operating system alongside with your main operating system, you can choose this option by creating a manual partition, all the things. So you need to be knowing how to create a partition, all these things, and click on continue. So after clicking on install now, it's going to take like a maybe a few minutes, like a 5 to 10 minutes. It's going to ask you for the username, password. You need to create your username, password, all the things like a login credentials, which is pretty common in every Linux distro. And it's going to take like a 5 to 10 minutes to install. So you should be having the Ubuntu MATE desktop environment or the Ubuntu MATE desktop in your hard disk or a virtual disk, whatever you choose for the installation path. So that's the installation process. So I'm not going to install because I know I need to make another video. So that's the reason, because I'll be posting 2 videos daily. So that's the reason I didn't make it that installer or the installation. So right now it's almost like a 1.4 GB of RAM. CPU is also pretty much stable. So let's open like a 10 to 12 apps at once to see whether it crashes or have like a lag, anything like that. So we should test this because whether we have like a stable solid release or not. If you have like a crash or anything, it's a better option to stay away with this ISO file. So let's open. Till now I checked almost every Ubuntu flavors. I didn't have any issues, like Ubuntu 23.10 beta version. I tried the beta version. The ISO stable ISO file was not released of Ubuntu, but I tested Kubuntu, Lubuntu, Subuntu, and other like Ubuntu Cinnamon desktop environment also. I didn't feel anything lag or any crashes or any bug fixes. Let's try with the Ubuntu Mate. So we should be seeing the same experience here, I guess. So let's open like a bunch of apps. Let's open this one. Under the accessories, we don't have anything, so let's open Redshift. Under the administration, let's open Matte User Manager, Software Boutique, welcome screen, and under graphics, let's open Shotwell. Let's even open the image viewer. Let's open the document scanner also. Under the internet, we don't have anything, just Firefox web browser and the transmission to torrent client. So I don't want to open that one. Let's open the LibreOffice calculator, actual document viewer. That's pretty much everything. The app is opening instantly, so there is just a few seconds of delay. That's pretty common because we are opening all the apps instantly or at once, so that's the reason it's taking a bit of time. So the response is pretty much good. Let's open Matte dictionary. As you can see, it's quite opening instantly. Preference, let's open appearance. Let's open like a file manager. Let's open firewall configuration. Matte tweak, Bluetooth manager. Let's open some random things because let's see whether it crashes or not. Add settings, main menu, power management, and plank preference. Let's open the webcamoid, rhythm box, like a cellular also. So as you can see, I opened like a more than 15 to 16 apps. So it's almost a good response. We don't have any crash or anything like that. Let's open Matte Disk Usage Analyzer. Some of apps are still opening in the background, so let's open gparted. Let's even open the file manager, which is Saja. So I think we are good with this, I guess. We pretty much opened everything, so let's go to the system monitor and check the process. So the RAM is almost like a 3 GB, 3.1 GB. Let's maximize this thing and properly see all the things. So as you can see, there is a bit of lag because almost we opened like maybe 20 apps. So it's pretty common. It's still stable and there is no crashing or anything like that. So the RAM is almost like a 3.1 GB of a 3.8 GB, which is 80%, 81%. And CPU is also below 50%, 50, 60% like that. So I think still it's pretty much very good to use this Linux distro, in my opinion. It's clearly up to you to choose this Linux distro or not. So in my opinion, it's running pretty much good, like the Ubuntu Cinnamon. Ubuntu Cinnamon desktop environment was also the best one. So it was running like same as this thing. There was no lag or any bug fixes, bugs or all the any crashes or anything like that. So let's get back to the applications. Let's check the version of the applications and close all the applications. So as you can see, there is a bit of maybe like a lag or something like that. So it's taking a bit of time to move, as you can see. We can't even complain because we opened like 20 apps, so it's pretty much still it's having a bit of response here, so that's the good part. So sometimes the apps will be not working, so in this case it's pretty much good in my opinion. So we are getting all the information, still we are clicking on everything, so everything is working properly. So the version is a 1.26.1, so let's close it. And as you can see, it's closing pretty much instantly, so there is no lag or anything. Let's check the version of the gparted. 1.5.0, same as the every Ubuntu flavors. Let's check the celluloid version. 0.25, and there was a bit of delay there. No problem, everything is going good. Just a second or 2 seconds of delay. Rhythm box 3.4.7. Disk usage analyzer. Let's check this version also. 1.26.1. Let's close this thing. Webcommit version is 9.1.1. Let's close this thing also. Power manager, you can customize, it's clearly up to you how to do that. You can change all the options according to your preference. So the disk, about disk version is here, so let's close this thing also. So matte tweak, you can customize these things, it's clearly customizable, it's clearly up to you how to change anything, it's clearly up to you. File management preference, you can even customize all the options here, there are plenty of options to customize. Let me close this thing also. Main menu, you can revert, you can close, you can undo, redo, everything is here. You can even add a new item, new menu. Add setting, you can customize, it's clearly up to you to choose these options. I'm not going to show you everything because it's going to take a lot of time and it's going to make a lengthy video, so that's the reason I'm just going to close this thing. Firewall, you can even change the firewall options. Here is the version, you can just change the status, you can change all things. So let's close this thing. So welcome, here is the options, you can click on next for the evolution. This is the evolution app, you already know how to do that, so let's close this thing also. Blueman manager is not running, so let's close this thing also. Mail, let's check the version of the mail. Evolution 3.50.0-1, this is the version you get. So let's check the LibreOffice version, which should be like a 7.6.2.1 because this was the version which is available in all the Ubuntu and Ubuntu flavors. So you get the same version in every Ubuntu and Ubuntu flavors. So let's close this thing also. Image viewer, which is eye of matte image viewer, version is a 1.26.0. Let's close this thing also. Shortwell, let's check the version. Here is the version. Let me close this thing also. So here is the dictionary, 1.26.1. Airtrail document viewer, 1.26.0. Document scanner, 44.0. Pluma, which is a text editor, 1.26.0. Let's even close this thing. Here is the RAM running almost a 2 GB. CPU is also a bit of low here. You can add the user, you can unlock, you can close, you can create a user here. So let's close this thing. You can choose the themes here. There are plenty of themes here, like almost 7 themes. Position, alignment, behavior, docklets. You can change all the things. It's clearly customizable. It's clearly up to you to choose it. So here is the themes available. So you already know all the themes, so I don't need to click on all the themes. So let's just choose the one theme and go to the next option. So the background, we need to wait for a few seconds, I guess. Yes, it is loading. So these are all the wallpapers available for the Ubuntu MATE 23.10. So this is the new wallpaper. Let's keep that wallpaper also. Font, interface, these are all the same as the older version, so no need to show all the things. Here is the software boutique, version is 22.04.0. Here are all the applications. You can just go through all these things and directly install it. You can go with the details. You can directly install. You already know these things, so I'm not going to go through all these things. Here is the welcome screen. You can continue. You have options like a desktop layout, change theme. These are all the older has also the in the older versions. So you already know desktop layout, like Apple themes, Windows type themes, all this layout. You already know that, so I'm not going to do that. So you can change theme right here. You can directly install it here. You can choose the features, introduction. You can go all through this. So which were already available in the older version, so no need to go through all these things. So here is the dock. So I think we pretty much covered everything, I guess. In my point of view, I don't know about you. If I forgot anything, just let me know in the comment section. So settings manager, it's almost I showed everything in these things, so no need to go through all these things. Power management, Bluetooth manager, I showed everything, so I think it's a good option to end the video here. So at the end of the video, this is all the resources and the RAM consumption of the Ubuntu MATE desktop environment. So it's almost like a 1.6 GB in the memory, and the CPU is almost like a below 20%. So system, so these are all the processes running right now at the end of the video. As you can see, it's almost like a maybe here should be, here it is. The CPU is almost like a below 20% and the RAM is almost a 1.6 GB. So I think that's the end of the video, I guess. So let's check the about redshift indicator 1.26.0. Here is the redshift. Let's quit it. So this is the wallpaper you get in the Ubuntu MATE 23.10. So this is the single wallpaper which is changed from the previous version. So let's log out and see the logout screen also. So here are other information. If you want, you can go through all the information. So the panel version is also 1.26.0. So I forgot to mention that. So there is a bit of sound or the notification while you log out or log in. So this is the accessibility, no internet connections, power, volume, date and time, and power off button. You can, this is a live user, so you need to just click on login to log into user. So I pretty much covered everything, I guess. If I forgot anything, just let me know in the comment section. I will do that in the later videos. So I think that's it for the video. If you want to check the other videos which will be posted, because I'll be posting 2 videos daily, so there is already a video posted in my channel, so you can check it out. You can even check out my previous videos because I'll post daily 2 videos. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.